Make sure you tuck that belt up under your pillow. Tuck that belt. Sleeping in real tight, 'cause I'm gonna take that.
This is just a legacy fight. This is a fight. This is a real fight. This is not it's not like a influencer or, this is really for the belts. This is really for the gold, the everything, the pound for pound, the best in the division, possibly the best in the world.
I'm just gonna come up there and show up. Y'all know what I do. I put on great performances. God willing, I'm definitely gonna get the belt, of course, but I'm gonna just go there and show up and just do what I've been doing. Everybody here right now here because of the business, man, and they know that I put on great performances. They know I'm an entertainer at the end of the day, but they also know I'm very mean in that ring, as well as y'all know that.
The boxing world is heating up after an explosive exchange involving rising star Keyshawn Davis and former undisputed champion Devin Haney. What began as a discussion about future opponents has quickly evolved into one of the sport's most talked about potential matchups. With both fighters determined to strengthen their position among boxing's elite, the tension between them continues to grow. Davis has made it clear that he's not interested in waiting on the sidelines. He wants the biggest names, the toughest challenges, and he believes a showdown with Haney would answer a lot of questions. As fans debate who would have the upper hand, the rivalry is already generating major attention throughout the boxing community. If this fight ever becomes official, it could develop into one of the defining contests of the next generation.
I did it. It's okay that y'all did it. I'm gonna whoop your ass for it. I just had a feeling in my spirit that I was gonna fight him for the world championship.
Keyshawn Davis recently intensified calls for a fight with Devin Haney, arguing that the former undisputed champion should be willing to face the most dangerous contenders available. Davis has expressed complete confidence in his abilities, insisting that his combination of speed, athleticism, power, and relentless pressure would create serious problems for Haney inside the ring. According to Davis, this isn't just another potential matchup. He sees it as one of the biggest and most exciting fights that can currently be made in boxing. Over the past several months, he has repeatedly challenged Haney publicly, encouraging him to move negotiations forward and settle the debate where it matters most. Under the bright lights on fight night, the continued back and forth has only increased anticipation among fans eager to see whether the contest eventually becomes reality.
Yeah, honestly, yes. I do want to fight Devin Haney for sure. For sure. He has nothing, not that I know of.
Recently, Davis turned up the pressure even further by questioning what Devin Haney has accomplished since his highly publicized bout with Ryan Garcia. Davis suggested that Haney has spent too much time outside the ring and not enough time pursuing the most dangerous opportunities available at the highest level of the sport. He went on to argue that inactivity can create uncertainty, especially in a division filled with hungry contenders looking to make a statement. Davis believes his own size, athletic ability, and punching power would present challenges unlike anything Haney has faced recently. In fact, he has been so confident in the matchup that he has openly predicted a dominant performance should the two ever meet. Beyond the physical advantages he believes he possesses, Davis has also questioned why discussions about the fight have failed to gain momentum despite public interest. In his view, the demand for the matchup is already there. Now, the only remaining question is whether both sides are willing to turn the growing rivalry into an official fight.
For a little while now, ever since his big win against old boy that's fighting on my card now, you know what I'm saying? So tell Devin Haney stop playing, stop being so scary, bro. You know what I'm saying? Stop being scary. Fight me, bro. I want to fight you. Fight me, bro. What we doing?
Did you think anything of that? End up between you and Devin?
Bro, y'all know how it ends up, bro. Him running around, I'm chasing him, and then me eventually knocking him out. Devin know he can't beat me. Devin father know he can't beat me. Y'all all seen the video when bro said, stand on my word. I'm standing on it. But where they at, though? You know what I'm saying? So tell them pop out, man. Come outside. Stop hiding in the shadows, man. Come fight the businessman. Be amazing.
Davis has repeatedly accused Devin Haney of avoiding a direct clash with him, arguing that the former undisputed champion is quick to mention other high-profile opponents, while rarely bringing his name into serious discussions. From Davis's perspective, that omission isn't accidental. He believes Haney fully understands the challenge he represents and would rather pursue other options before stepping into the ring with him. The undefeated contender has built much of his confidence around the belief that his blend of speed, strength, and constant pressure would trouble anyone in the division. Davis frequently points to his ability to dictate the pace of a fight and force opponents into uncomfortable situations. As the rivalry continues to grow, his message remains consistent. If Haney truly wants to face the best available competition, then eventually he'll have to answer the challenge.
I want to say you scared of me because fighters aren't really scared of fighters, but you're ducking me? Like, what is it about?
You don't think fighters are scared of fighters?
In that DM build. Yes.
Some fighters.
According to Davis, there appears to be a noticeable difference between how Team Haney approaches discussions involving him compared to conversations surrounding other major names in boxing. While Haney has openly entertained potential matchups against several high-profile opponents, Davis believes there has been little genuine urgency when it comes to making their fight happen. He has also questioned why previous negotiations and discussions failed to gain traction despite strong fan interest. For Davis, the unanswered questions only add more intrigue to the situation. Every stalled conversation and every delayed decision fuels speculation among boxing fans who want clarity on whether this highly anticipated matchup will eventually move from social media debates to an official fight contract as both fighters continue advancing their careers. The pressure surrounding a potential showdown only continues to build.
Very surprised if he say he's willing to do that.
I think we can give Bill.
Yeah, you let us handle that.
Yeah. So
I would be very surprised if y'all do that.
This date.
Say it again.
I said we're gonna try and lock this date in. Murder gonna talk to you after this, but I'm gonna call Bill tomorrow, and we're gonna see whether I don't know if he's still on the West Coast or not, but hopefully it can be face to face. But if not, we'll definitely get him on Zoom. But I think he'll show up. And this way it don't have to be no back and forth. He said, she said, we'll both have y'all on the show, and then we can know, he could tell us what was in the DM.
Devin Haney, however, has strongly rejected suggestions that he is avoiding Keyshawn Davis or any other top contender. Throughout his career, Haney has built a reputation for accepting difficult challenges and facing elite competition, and he believes his track record speaks for itself. The former undisputed champion often points to the names he has already faced across multiple weight divisions as evidence that fear has never been a factor in his decision-making. Haney argues that critics sometimes overlook the risks he has consistently taken while focusing only on the fights that haven't happened yet. While Davis continues to campaign publicly for the matchup, Haney has maintained that he's open to facing anyone under the right circumstances. He has even acknowledged Davis as a legitimate future opponent, making it clear that he respects his talent while dismissing claims that he's trying to avoid the challenge. For now, both sides remain confident, leaving fans eager to see whether the rivalry eventually turns into one of boxing's biggest events.
You know, I didn't take it personal. He could say what he want to say. The world knows that you know, I'm Debo for a reason, because I'm the guy pulling up on everyone and wanting to make the biggest, best fights happen. So the duck talk is for somebody else. Not.
Meanwhile, Devin Haney's father and longtime manager Bill Haney has made it clear that Team Haney is carefully evaluating its next move. While discussions surrounding a potential fight with Keyshawn Davis continue to generate buzz, Bill has suggested that any serious negotiations would likely require a larger package involving another major name. According to his recent comments, a matchup with Shakur Stevenson remains a top priority. Bill views Stevenson as one of the most significant challenges and biggest attractions available, making that fight particularly appealing from both a competitive and business perspective. That stance has fueled even more debate across the boxing community, with Davis actively calling for the fight and Team Haney weighing options. Fans are left wondering whether this rivalry will develop into a direct showdown or become part of a larger blockbuster event involving multiple elite contenders. As negotiations continue behind the scenes, interest in all three names keeps growing.
And he told Shakur, I will fight you both. But the only way I'm going to fight you both, the only way, is if you're both on the contract. And that's what Devin said. That is what Devin told Keyshawn. That is what Devin told Shakur. That is what Devin told Jay Prince. Today.
Boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. believes a fight between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney has all the ingredients necessary to become a major attraction. In his view, the matchup offered a fascinating contrast of styles between two highly skilled fighters who are both looking to establish themselves as dominant forces in the sport. Jones has pointed to Haney's experience at the championship level as a key factor. Having already competed in several high-pressure title fights, Haney brings a level of composure, ring intelligence, and tactical awareness that few fighters possess at the same time, Jones has warned against overlooking Davis. He describes Davis as a dynamic and unpredictable competitor whose versatility could create serious problems for anyone in the division. According to Jones, Davis is improving rapidly with every appearance, which is why he believes a fight now could be even more compelling than waiting several years down the road.
Devin Haney just came off a much-needed, dominating performance against Brian Norman. The low-hanging fruit in the headline was, can he take the punch? He showed that he can take the punch, but he also delivered a punch. So now he's back in the driver's seat and can make whatever decision he wants. What do you think about that fight if it's 1 or 2 fights away?
Kind of tough fight right now because Devin Haney is right back at the top of his game. Devin showed that the weight loss was probably causing him to not have as good punch resistance, and it also probably wasn't causing him to have as much power or explosiveness as he has. He showed tremendous power, tremendous punch resistance in that fight against Norman, and for him to do that means that the weight was probably an issue. Now, if Keyshawn comes up, or if they even do a catch weight, a 143, 144, it's going to be a very interesting fight because I think Devin has more tools and more IQ right now. But Keyshawn...
As the rivalry continues to build, Roy Jones Jr. remains convinced that a future clash between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney could become one of boxing's most talked about events. He believes the matchup combines elite talent, contrasting styles, and genuine competitive intrigue. 3 elements that often produce memorable fights that on one side stand Haney, a fighter known for his technical precision, disciplined approach, and championship experience. On the other is Davis, an explosive athlete whose confidence, adaptability, and aggressive mentality have quickly made him one of the sport's most intriguing rising stars. Jones believes those differences would create compelling action from the opening bell. Rather than a simple battle of power versus skill, he sees it as a chess match between 2 intelligent competitors capable of making adjustments under pressure. Adding even more fuel to discussion is the growing war of words between the fighters. Public call-outs, interviews, and social media exchanges have increased interest among fans, making the possibility of the showdown feel increasingly realistic. If the fight becomes official, many believe it could capture the attention of the entire boxing world.
Gotta have that intangibleness about him, where he can be a different guy when it's time to be a different guy. You can never count him out. However, if I were pushing Keyshawn, I would have another fight or 2 before I fight Devin, just for experience purposes. And if I was Devin, I would try to jump on it right now before he gets those couple fights, because the more experience he gets, the harder he's going to become to beat.
Yeah, that's going to be a tough fight for Keyshawn Davis. And I think in many respects, Devin Haney too, you can't take Keyshawn Davis light. He can really fight. He's really like that. The weight difference is a concern, and it's a fair question. Is he ready now? Is he ready a fight or 2 from now? But that's the fight, really. If you really want to you want to scream, I'm back. That's the type of fight that you want, because obviously it's in the Turkey Al-Sheikh universe, and that's a fight that's going to get made. You're going to make a career high payday. But if you are able to beat Devin Haney, brother, when I say the sky's the limit, the sky's the limit.
Another respected voice weighing in on the matchup is Bruce Carrington, who has offered a perspective on the physical dynamics between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney. Carrington acknowledged that Haney currently enjoys certain advantages when it comes to size, maturity, and experience competing at higher weight classes. However, he was equally quick to point out that Davis should not be viewed as undersized or physically overmatched. According to Carrington, Davis continues to grow into his frame and has shown signs that his power can successfully carry upward as he moves through different divisions. What makes the fight so interesting, Carrington argues, is that neither boxer appears to hold a decisive edge in overall skill. Instead, he sees a matchup between 2 highly intelligent fighters who possess strong fundamentals, discipline, and the ability to adapt during a contest. For that reason, Carrington described a potential showdown as a true 50-50 fight. In his opinion, predicting a winner would be extremely difficult because both men have the tools necessary to succeed at the highest level.
Like, Jermaine Ortiz is a legit fighter. Legit. And he's never been stopped, and Keyshawn did that. You know what I mean? And looked fresh in the 12th round, too. Like, you know, like, he had total control of that whole fight against a guy that's given Teofimo trouble, Lomachenko trouble. That just shows you the type of level that Keyshawn is on. So,
right. I
don't think that him fighting Devin is a reach whatsoever. Like, that's going to be a solid fight.
Who you have winning that fight?
I genuinely don't know. I do think that Devin is a naturally bigger guy, but Keyshawn's not that small though. Yeah, I ain't gonna front. Like Keyshawn, even though he's going up in weight, he's not that small. I think that's a tough fight. I ain't gonna lie.
Carrington also believed the public may be underestimating just how complete Keyshawn Davis has become as a fighter. While much of the conversation often focuses on Haney's accomplishments and technical ability, Carrington argues that Davis possesses layers to his game that many fans have not fully appreciated yet. According to him, Davis is more than just an athletic puncher. He has shown an increasing ability to adjust his strategy, manage distance, and make smart decisions under pressure. Those qualities could become extremely important in a high-level matchup against someone as experienced as Haney. Carrington noted that adaptability is often what separates good fighters from great ones. In his view, Davis continues to evolve every time he enters the ring, making it difficult for opponents to prepare for a single style or approach. While expressing respect for both competitors, Carrington emphasized that Davis's unpredictability could be one of the biggest storylines heading into a potential fight. That unknown factor, he believes, could make the contest far more competitive than many expect.
Go to Devin and go his route because, they're more familiar with Devin. And, he's as big as he is as a fighter, but that's a 50-50 fight in terms of experience and who got the deeper bag. I think naturally Keyshawn had the deeper bag, though.
One of the biggest questions surrounding a future showdown between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney has nothing to do with skill. It's about weight. As Davis continues climbing through the divisions, many analysts are debating how his body will adapt as he moves closer to the welterweight limit. Some critics believe the transition could present new challenges, especially after questions were raised about where he fits most comfortably among the higher weight classes. Despite those concerns, Davis has shown no hesitation about his long-term plans. In multiple interviews, he has openly discussed his intention to continue moving upward and eventually establish himself at 147 pounds. That ambition naturally places him on a potential collision course with Haney, who has already positioned himself among the sport's biggest names at welterweight. What makes the situation even more intriguing is Davis's confidence. He remains convinced that his speed, athleticism, and punching power will follow him into heavier divisions without any drop in effectiveness. While skeptics continue to raise questions, Davis appears determined to prove that he belongs among boxing's elite regardless of the weight class.
I'm going to go to 147, and I'm going to become a 147 champion. Okay. And then I'm going to defend it against somebody at 147.
Devin Haney? Who at 147? Is it Devin Haney? Yeah. Because that's a pound for pound brother right now. And we asked you, who's a fight that's going to put you on that pound for pound list? Devin Haney's at 147, right? And he got a belt.
Now he is, yeah.
And you say you want 147? I mean, what we doing? What we talking about?
Names.
We talking about January 31st. I'm gonna look great, God willing, and in the future, we going big.
If this fight eventually takes place at welterweight, the stakes could be enormous. In today's boxing landscape, major events are often driven by more than championship belts alone. Personality, fan engagement, and compelling rivalries play a massive role, and a matchup between Keyshawn Davis and Devin Haney checks every one of those boxes. Davis enters the conversation with an Olympic background, explosive athletic ability, and a fearless approach to competition. Haney counters with world-class fundamentals, championship experience, and one of the sharpest boxing minds in the sport. The contrast between their styles is exactly the type of dynamic that captures public attention. Many observers view Davis as a fighter actively pursuing the challenge rather than waiting for opportunities to come to him. Meanwhile, Team Haney continues to carefully map out Devin's future as he navigates the welterweight division. That combination of ambition, confidence, and competitive tension could create one of the most compelling promotional build-ups boxing has seen in years.
Of course, the performances that Keyshawn Davis has is really more entertaining than the performance that Shakur Stevenson had. We were talking about Shakur Stevenson and Tank in the 135-pound division, but as Keyshawn kept emerging, he was already a conversation of Shakur, Keyshawn, and Davis, Keyshawn. Of course, we got Andy Cruz. They're gonna be facing Muradaya on the 24th, but look like that fight is not gonna happen. The primary fight for Keyshawn Davis now, in my opinion, is Devin the Dream Haney at 147 because that's his plan. The primary fight for a Devin Haney, in all actuality, should be now a Keyshawn Davis. if Keyshawn Davis is willing to fight you and they call in and Devin Haney and Bill Haney, shout out to Bill Haney, he's done a wonderful job as a manager, is saying that they Debo, well, Keyshawn Davis is Craig and Keyshawn Davis is running towards Debo, right?
Keyshawn Davis has never lacked confidence, and his comments regarding Devin Haney have only reinforced that reputation. Following his impressive stoppage victory over Jermaine Ortiz, Davis made it clear that he believes he operates on a different level from many fighters currently competing around him. According to Davis, Haney does not present the kind of stylistic challenges that would force him out of his comfort zone. He has openly questioned Haney's punching power and suggested that he sees clear advantages for himself in a potential matchup. Those statements have generated significant discussion among fans and analysts alike. The source of Davis's confidence comes from his recent performances inside the ring. He believes his ability to break opponents down, apply pressure, and finish fights has improved dramatically over the last few years. In his view, those same strengths would play a major role if he were ever matched against Haney on boxing's biggest stage.
Well, Devin Haney.
I feel like me and Devin Haney will be it'll be an easy fight for me, bro. Like super easy, bro. Like, and I know I would stop Devin Haney. I've been saying this, bro, before the Ryan fight, bro. He just don't got nothing for me. He got nothing for me. Like, you don't got no power. You got nothing for me to worry about. Like, what are you gonna do to stop me?
Got you.
And what I got coming with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he don't got nothing to even stop me. His defense is not that good. I feel like I got better defense than him. I know he fought better opponents than me, so you know what I'm saying? So I gave him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
But I just feel like I got better defense than him.
His resume tough.
Nah, it is.
His resume tough.
But you gotta realize he fought a lot of guys that was smaller than him too, bro. A lot of these guys were smaller than him, and he was saying it in the weigh-ins, you're too small. You know what I mean? So he knew what he was doing, bro. You know what I mean? So everybody got that.
While critics continue to question certain aspects of Devin Haney's durability, the former champion has consistently defended his record and his ability to handle adversity. Haney often points to his high-profile battle with Ryan Garcia as evidence that he possesses far more toughness than many people give him credit for. Despite being knocked down multiple times during that contest, Haney continued fighting and made it to the final bell. For him, the experience became a demonstration of resilience rather than a weakness. He believes those difficult moments revealed important qualities that cannot be measured by statistics alone. Haney has repeatedly stated that challenges are part of every great fighter's journey. Instead of allowing criticism to define him, he views setbacks as opportunities for growth. According to Haney, the willingness to recover, adjust, and continue competing under pressure is one of the clearest signs of championship character.
When you get hit and you get up, that's what's showing you have a chin. Being able to get hit and get right back to it.
Did you ever recover from that getting hurt the first time? In the very first round?
I feel like I recovered because I wasn't that hurt. It was more like a surprise.
Like shocked.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like I recovered.
What is Bill telling you throughout the course of the fight? What did he have? What type of urgency did he have? What was he saying?
Like I said, I don't want to speak on that too much for various reasons, but yeah.
Are y'all still taking legal action over what he did? Are y'all still thinking about it?
We'll see.
Former two-division world champion and respected analyst Andre Ward has long been one of Devin Haney's strongest supporters. Ward frequently highlights Haney's discipline and professionalism as qualities that separate him from many fighters in today's boxing landscape. Having reached the highest level of the sport himself, Ward understands what it takes to remain successful over the long term. He has praised Haney's commitment to training, preparation, and continuous improvement, arguing that those habits provide a foundation for lasting success. Ward has also pointed to Haney's technical skill set, defensive awareness, and ring intelligence as major strengths. In his opinion, elite boxing is often decided by strategy, timing, and small adjustments rather than highlight reel knockouts. That perspective has led him to consistently defend Haney's performances, particularly in close and highly debated contests.
Just came off fighting Vasily Lomachenko. He's jumping up in weight to fight Regis Prograis. What do you make of this fight, and what do you make of Devin Haney's career thus far?
I think Bill Haney has done a masterful job with how he's moved his son. And Devin Haney is the truth. He's got skill. He's probably one of the most technically sound fighters in the game today. I think Haney has the advantage because similar to me and Kovalev, people think, oh, he's been at the weight class longer, so he's bigger. It's like, nah, he might be bigger. Doesn't mean he's stronger, and he's sucking himself down to get to 140. That shows up after that 6th or 7th round. The guy coming up, if he knows how to box and he knows his way around that ring, he ultimately has the advantage because I don't have to look like a skeleton on that.
On the other side of the rivalry, Keyshawn Davis remains convinced that Devin Haney's offense would not be enough to keep him from moving forward. Davis has repeatedly suggested that he sees no reason to be intimidated by Haney's punching power and believes he will be able to dictate the pace of the fight. He has argued that Haney's move to heavier divisions has not resulted in a dramatic increase in knockout power, leading him to believe he could apply constant pressure without significant concern. According to Davis, his physical strength, aggression, and ability to wear opponents down would eventually become major factors. Those comments have only intensified interest in a potential showdown. With both fighters expressing confidence and openly discussing the matchup, momentum continues to build. If their current paths remain on course, many within boxing believe this rivalry could develop into one of the sport's biggest attractions, driven by competitive tension, contrasting styles, and genuine belief from both sides that they would emerge victorious.